Hello, everyone. Well, given the circumstances, it's not been possible for us to have a leaving do to mark the end of my time at St. Paul's. So in lieu of that, this is sort of a leaving speech, the kind of thing I would have said if I was at a leaving do and I was called upon to say a few words. So here goes. To begin with then, some thank yous. First off, thank the Lord that he brought me to St. Paul's Church to serve out my curacy. I remember when I was at theological college, the diocesan director of ordinands said to me, look, there's this possible church you might want to consider, but please feel under no obligation to say yes if it isn't right. Well, I went to a Sunday morning service as a bit of a mystery worshipper in the summer of 2015. And 5 minutes into the service, I thought, yep, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to do my curacy. I told the diocese that, and they said, well, are you sure? You might want to at least look at a couple more churches so you've got something to compare it with. And I said, no, I don't want to see any more churches. I want to do my curacy at St. Paul's. And I have to say, 5.5 years later, I think my instinct was totally right. I really have had a wonderful time here and I've loved it from beginning to end. I've done 4 weddings, 14 baptisms, 74 funerals, 50 or so residential communion services, 60 or so school assemblies, 20 or so messy churches, well over 250 discipleship groups, and well over 200 Sunday morning services. So there's been plenty to do. Huge thanks are due to Sarah Haywood, the former vicar of St. Paul's and my training incumbent, a person who had a massive influence on the way I understand and practice ministry. If I were to list all of Sarah's amazing qualities, I'd be here all day. She was wise, funny, patient, imaginative. She really cared for my well-being and learning. And above all, she was obedient and led the church by listening to God. She was a genius training incumbent, in fact, and she was very largely responsible for making my curacy here at St. Paul's the fulfilling and enriching experience that it was. With Richard, it's been a different sort of relationship at a different stage of my curacy, but he's been unfailingly generous and committed right from the start, and it's been a real pleasure to have had him as my colleague. Thanks to Rebecca too for her hospitality and amazing cooking, and to Daniel for being such a warm and engaging young man. Robin King, the Archdeacon, has taught me a lot and has been really supportive, particularly in the latter phases of my curacy when I was looking for a next post. And Bishop Roger has always been there with advice and encouragement and challenge as well. My fellow curates in the diocese, whom I went to training days with, have stimulated me in a variety of ways, socially, professionally, and intellectually. I'm particularly grateful to Lee, who was at Great Dunmow, for giving me a lift everywhere in the days before I got my motorcycle. At St. Paul's, the wardens, Philip and Marina, do lots of work behind the scenes, and I've certainly learnt an enormous amount from them about how a church runs on a day-to-day basis. PCC members over the years have shown such a heart for St. Paul's and have really helped steer the church and me in the right direction. There are all sorts of people who have all sorts of ministries here. I won't mention them by name because I'm bound to forget someone, but you know who you are. You know how the Lord has called you to serve St. Paul's Church, and I hope you know what a privilege it's been for me to serve alongside you as you've lived out that calling. Whether it's organising events, working with young people, cooking, making the church a hospitable place, helping with supplies and upkeep, or just being a compassionate presence in the parish. You, the people of God at St. Paul's, have been consistently faithful and inspiring during my time here. So thank you to everyone for making me feel so welcome and for walking this particular path with me. So I leave with mixed emotions, really. I consider Braintree my home and St. Paul's my family. So it will be very sad to leave and have to start afresh somewhere else. On the other hand, I'm really excited about the new job. I do hear God's call in it, and I am ready for a new challenge and a new role. For St. Paul's now too, there will be a new chapter, and I believe exciting new possibilities under Richard's leadership. So thanks to the God who is there for us in all the changes and transitions of life, and who holds all of our futures in his hands. Let's look to him with confidence as we turn over a new leaf in our Christian lives and look forward to the new adventures that God has planned for us. God bless you all, and God guide you each step of the way.